Hey guys, welcome back. This is the Jedi Council, Young Jedi CCG YouTube channel. Back here today with another deck tech. So last deck tech we did was the Light Side World Championship deck, the Awesome Amidala. This is the Trade Federation tank deck, Dark Side World Champion from the original Young Jedi World Championship in 1999. And again, for this championship, only cards from Menace of Darth Maul and Jedi Council, the first two sets, were legal. So let's get right into it. So this is the infamous Trade Federation tank deck. So here's the first main tank that you see. This is the red dot Trade Federation tank, Armored Division. Statistically, 2 Destiny, 5 power, 4 damage, 4 deploy cost, 2 bonus in the battle planes. And again, it is non-unique, so that's huge because you do not have to transport it, and you can just strand it and it doesn't matter. So we do have a full 10 copies of the Trade Federation tank for our red dot. So that's obviously a big power card, and it's in the red dot, which is the, big power mains dot. So that is our first. Second, then, we have our Trade Federation tank Assault Division. So this is the blue dot. This is actually a much better card because it's a 5 Destiny compared to the 2. So that's just huge when you can get a good powered card with a 5 Destiny. And you'll see all we give up for that is 1 less power, and it is even 1 less damage also. So statistically, just an absolutely fantastic card. So again, we're running the full 10 copies of that. And again, obviously, non-unique, doesn't require any transport. So then for our green dot, we are running the Sith Probe Droid Hunter Droid. And again, you can run whichever one you want, but this one I like just because it has the 2 location dots at the desert landing site. So then this can beat, if you're at the desert landing site, this can beat a 2 power character. So that's why I like this one. But again, this is a 6 Destiny, 1 deploy, non-unique, 1 damage. So again, it's just in there to be a scrub and fill out your curve and just draw super high for Destiny when you need that. So if you look at this, just the numbers of 5s and 6s in this deck is absolutely insane, particularly 6s. So then moving on to the weapon dot. Our weapons are primarily Trade Federation tank laser cannons. Now again, these are a terrible weapon for anything but a tank. You get your power 2 bonus if you're a tank, but the Destiny is just horrific. It's a 1. The deploy cost is bad with it being a 2, but you'll see that with our battle cards in particular, this is a very key card for our deck. But because of how bad and clunky this weapon is, we are doing a split here with 6 of those and 4 blaster rifles. I think I even like to go 7-3 usually, but the list I found said 6-4. But you do a 6-4 or 7-3 split on those, with primarily being the Trade Federation tank laser cannons. So we've got those. And then our 4 blaster rifles. And again, those blaster rifles are just good with anything. 6 Destiny, just a great card. So this here then is the huge incentive for playing our Trade Federation tank laser cannons. So again, a very specific battle card used with any Trade Federation tank using a Trade Federation tank laser cannon. So you have to have the matching weapon and the matching character. But again, we're playing 20 of that character, so that's crazy. We have plenty of those, and then 6 copies of the weapon. Like I said, I might go up to 7, but this deck's using a 6-4, 6-4 split. So 6-4 on the weapon slot and also 6-4 on the battle card slot. So you'll see we've got 6 copies of that open fire and then 4 copies of the OPC killer. And again, that just works with any first character. It doesn't need to be using the tank. So a tank with a blaster rifle, it works with. A regular tank, just works with whatever you need it to. So a little more versatile at the cost of the lower Destiny. And then lastly, we have our purple dot, which is our starships. So again, as I've mentioned a couple times, because we're all diamond characters and diamond weapons, we do not need to transport, which enables us to play an entire slot full of droid starfighters. So we do have 6 droid starfighters in the purple dot here. And so we just use those to shoot down our opponent. And again, this is a 6 destiny. So especially in this era, the number of 6s in this deck was absolutely insane. You know, you've got, what do we have here? 6, 6, 4, 16, 26. You got 26 6s. So almost half of your deck is a 6 destiny, which is crazy. And then you even have, 10 more 5s over here too. So very high destiny deck, definitely higher than the queens. Then for our sites, we have the Desert Landing site, the Galactic Senate, and again, neither of those are too critical. Obviously, the Desert Landing site is for our choice of probe droid here, and Galactic Senate is irrelevant. And the very key location for us is the battle planes. You want to typically get into the battle planes right away as soon as you can. Really, no one can keep up with tanks at the battle planes. It's just so unfair. And so we do have 2 copies of that here. So we've got that. So there is our locations. All right, so that is the deck. Trade Federation tanks, like I said, very straightforward. We've only got, in this deck, we talked about, I think there were 10 different cards in the Queen deck. There's only 8 different cards in this deck. So again, very mono deck making where you're doing your 10, 10, 10, and then some 6-4 splits. So pretty easy to lay out and look at the deck. So again, that was the original Dark Side World Championship deck, the Trade Federation tanks. If you enjoy this video, give us a comment, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and stay tuned for more Young Jedi videos. Thanks, guys.